How range and coefficient of variation is calculated?
Range is defined as the difference between the highest or largest and lowest or smallest observed value in a series.
In equation form, it can be put as range, which is R is equal to highest value H observed in the series of data minus lowest value L observed in the series of data, or R is equal to H minus L.
It is one of the simplest and commonly understandable measures of dispersion. The calculation of range for different types of series is done as follows. Individual series. In this series, range is calculated as the difference between the highest and the lowest value of the series. Let us take an example. The data in the table is related to the monthly income. Let us estimate the range for the data given. Step 1. Read the data carefully and arrange the data in array if required.
Step 2. Read the smallest value. In this example, it is 2145.
Step 3. Read the highest value. In this example, it is 3897.
Step 4. Find the range as H minus L, that is 3897 minus 2145. Difference between the highest and the lowest values is equal to 1752. The range of incomes is 1752.
Continuous series, grouped frequency distribution series. In continuous series, range is calculated using two methods. Method 1. In method 1, the mid values of the highest and the lowest class intervals is found. The difference between the highest and the lowest mid values corresponding to these highest and lowest class intervals would be the range. The frequencies of the distribution are not taken into account. Formula. Range is equal to difference between the mid values of the highest and the lowest classes. Method 2. In this method, the difference between the upper class boundary of the highest class and the lower class boundary of the lowest class would be the range. Range is equal to upper class boundary of the highest class minus lower class boundary of the lowest class. Let us go through an example. The frequency distribution of tax payments by owners of shops in a market is given on screen. Find the range of tax payments. Let us find the range using method 1.
Step 1.
Take the midpoint, called class mark, of the highest class, that is 72 plus 74 divided by 2 is equal to 73. Step 2. Take the midpoint of the lowest class. In this example, it is 60 plus 62 divided by 2 is equal to 61.
Step 3. Range equals midpoint of the highest class minus midpoint of the lowest class. 73 minus 61 equals to 1200 rupees.
Method 2.
This is an inclusive series. So, this must be converted into exclusive series to calculate the range.
Let us convert the frequency classes into exclusive frequency classes. The range should begin with 59.5 and proceed up to range 74.5. Range in such cases is defined as upper class boundary of the highest class minus lower class boundary of the lowest class. 74.5 minus 59.5 is equal to 1500. As the case of coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of standard deviation, is estimated by dividing the value of standard deviation by mean of the series.
Formula: coefficient of standard deviation is equal to sigma upon of mean of series into 100.
Let us summarize the key points covered so far.